So the moon will be entering Sagittarius, where Sagittarius is exalted inside of the moon. So that we're going to be reacting and responding to extreme natures of our past experiences, for the good, for the bad, or for the worse. Also, this is going to be an opposition towards the North Node, which is your spiritual journey and your spiritual purpose. So, of course, you're going to be basically dealing with home, comfortability, and safety and security matters when it comes to separating from individuals. And, of course, getting on your motherfucking spiritual journey. It's going to be a situation where it's going to be a deconjunction towards the past experiences of our lives. And, of course, your spiritual journey is how you're going to pretty much move on in life. Now, this could be past trauma popping up. It's conflict with how you feel, with experiencing, and pretty much overanalyzing or dealing with some internal battles and shit like that. Certain individuals are going to be pretty much dealing with this. Now, if you plant a bad seed with the moon in Scorpio, you're going to go through some conflict. You're going to go through situations where things is going to be a tug of war. So you ain't take power control over shit. You ain't transform some shit. So now you're going to experience what you didn't transform. It's just going to be piggybacking off of the shit that you're basically going to be experiencing when this moon gets into Sagittarius and shit. At what, a couple more hours, about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So you got a couple more hours to transform some shit. And make sure you're going to sleep with a positive aspect. That's how you want to basically travel and expand. And if you're trying to travel and expand in life, you're not going to get too far if you got a whole lot of baggage and shit. Fire burns. So Sagittarius is mutable fire. So it's going to be adapted to our fires, changing our fires, seeing a different point of view. And of course, it don't hold weight like Leo, fixed fire. It's mutable fire. So of course, we got to pretty much move around, feel me? Try not to pretty much get piggybacking or titties tied to a titty that don't breastfeed you no more, which means that your parent is not allowing to put you into situations that basically where you're going to be experiencing some shit like that. I mean, you may have to, you're either going to be a person that's getting on your spiritual journey or going back into your past to get breastfed. And the past is Sagittarius, which is a whole lot of abundance, which means you're not catering towards doing shit on your own abundantful natures or experiencing or traveling into your own natures. You're pretty much piggybacking off of what you was receiving at home and shit. So you don't want to put yourself into this situation. You want to make sure you're building and putting yourself into the right hemisphere. And then we're going to run these things down. We're going to break down your houses, and we're going to basically break down your zodiac sign and how this energies is going to influence you for the good or for the worse. Now remember, wherever you have Sagittarius at, you're going to have personal meanings and reasonings when it comes to your personality, your personal affairs, your experiences, and how you're basically interacting with these things. And of course, you're going to exhaust yourself and go to the extremes here when it comes to finding comfortability, safety, and security when it comes to this perspective. But your journey, your North Node, your spiritual purpose is pretty much going to be knocking on your door and bringing you bricks to act opposite towards the house you're already made of. And so, yeah, this is how it's going to pretty much piggyback off. Now, if you have Sagittarius in the first house, you're going to have a gift to experience personal experiences when it comes to your interactions with people, places, and things, whether it's become to your ambitions and your growth and how you do things and interact with people, places, and things on a day-to-day basis. You could be very passionate. You can also become lazy at this time too because it's a gift. So this is going to put you in situations where you might just shit on your ass, get too comfortable and too good. But remember, comfortability and balance is key at this perspective. You don't have to really go to the extreme. Now, when it comes to your spiritual journey, you need to pretty much have harmony, have more relatability, and of course, relate more to individuals and bring peace to the situation. Try not to be too over-aggressive or overbearing. And you'll be out in these areas. Now, if you're Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, Aries Suns, you're going to be acting out. Aries Moon, you're going to be basically receiving seeds. And of course, Aries Rising, your personality is going to be predicated towards attracting or receiving or pushing these things out unconsciously. Now, Aries, you're going to have a gift to burn through the past traumas and shit right now. You're going to have a gift to burn through past traumas and shit, which can basically pop back up in your life. If you have Sagittarius in the second house, you're going to go to the extremes. And you're going to be dealing with misunderstandings when it comes to your experiences of the personal values, personal possessions, and of course, personal bondages. This is going to be a situation where you're going to go to the extremes and you're going to be valuing too many things. Watch out for jealousy and past enemies can pretty much pop back up because you could pretty much be too abundantful in this area, too comfortable in this area, and shit. You may not even be lurking and seeing what's going on. So yeah, try not to do that. Feel me? Get a little bit more stabilized in this area. Get a little bit more practical, and try to like stick to one routine. Try not to be all over the place. Get a little bit more fixated. And of course, doing things behind the scenes and closed doors is gonna help you on your spiritual journey. This way, you're not pretty much in situations where you're all over the goddamn place, and motherfuckers is pretty much seeing what you got going on. Do things behind closed doors to be very secretive with this area. Also, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendants. Misunderstandings when it comes to your past changes or past influence is going to pop back up. If you have Sagittarius in the 3rd house, you're going to be dealing with opposite energies in this spectrum right here. But also, you're going to be experiencing a whole lot of environmental situations, past experiences at that too. Past experiences are going to bring past experiences when it comes to overthinking, overanalyzing, over-communicating with your environment. This is going to be a situation where you need to pretty much look towards your spiritual purpose, which is basically thinking above the horizon and not being overwhelmed by situations that's going to previously pop back up into your life. Feel me? Get more rooted into the area of focusing on your spiritual journey, which is thinking out the box, and of course, getting out of your environment or relating more on a big scale. Geminis, you're going to be dealing with opposite energies when it comes to past people, places, and things, and of course, new horizons. You may be very indecisive right now. So, 4th house. If you have Sagittarius in the 4th house, you're going to overexhaust yourself when it comes to home, privacy, and of course, domestic issues. This is going to be a situation we're going to be dealing with private, deep experiences. And of course, family may not be here, or situations of the past experience can pop back up when it comes to some dark matters or secret animosity, things of that matter when it comes to privacy and private home matters. What you need to basically do, try not to bite too much where you can chew at. Get more rooted into your status, your career, your business, and your goals, and get more focused on outer, and try to get away from home. Focus on being busy or building your own business right now. You'll be all right. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendants. You guys are going to be dealing with misunderstandings on a deeper level when it comes to experiences of control and power. Sagittarius in the 5th house, you're going to have a gift to have your self experiences pushed out, but you're going to be experiencing past experiences when it comes to your creativity and creative endeavors. You could be very rebellious, very against the rules, very against family and things that matter. Your emotional core can pretty much be like void at this moment. So pretty much get more to the public, get out there, travel more. For me, your purpose is pretty much getting out there. For me, everybody may not be in your best interest in your surroundings. So try to get out there in the public and of course express your creativity and you'll be right. Also, Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, you guys are going to have a gift to spark through passionate past experiences. Past experiences, yeah. Sagittarius in the 6th house. You guys are going to be dealing with conflict when it comes to your personal duties and personal obligations when it comes to health routines and things that matter. You could be very strict and over worrying about your duties and responsibilities. Try to get more into your imagination and your illusions and your fantasies and your dreams. This is where your spiritual purposes come into play. If you could pretty much play out these emphasis, you'll be out in the spectrum. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, you guys are going to be learning how to overcome past worrying right now. Try not to worry too much. Sagittarius in the 7th house, you guys are going to be dealing with partnerships and relationship past experiences and things that matter. Past people, places, they can be popping back up into this endeavor. You're also going to be very determined and self-worthy when it comes to the spectrum. Where of course, you need to focus more on yourself. Try not to get too deeply rooted at looking outside yourself for idols and shit. You your own idol. Look in the mirror and of course have some self-reflection. You'll be out in this area. Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, you guys are going to have opportunities to go to the extremes to overcome past relationships or past previously insecurities and shit. Sagittarius in the 8th house, you guys are going to be pretty much experiencing deep desires at this point. This is going to be a situation you're going to have personal deep desires and of course huge occupations and shit like that. You could become very famous or very rich during this time if you pretty much get out your secluded space and try not to hide your gifts, and of course get more practical, more stable, and of course more structured. Come down to earth and you'll be out in this area. Feel me? Yeah, you'll be out in that area. Scorpios, you guys are going to be pretty much making adjustments when it comes to past changes, past aggressions and deep desires. Sagittarius in the 9th house, it's going to be a conjunction. So you're going to overexhaust yourself or go to the extremes. But with the personal experiences of your life, you pretty much need to get more on practical issues and try not to look at life as just a a second and that's it. I mean, try to like get more rooted into like coming down to earth, and of course bringing more balance into how you construct things and shit. Because everything that you touch may put you into situations of not wanting to get deeply into it because you're fire, so you're gonna burn through some shit. So there's gonna be a situation where you need to pretty much bring more, a little bit more balance and more practicality into the play, and of course not look at everything like it don't needs to be discovered or pretty much deeply rooted. Try to like get more balance in this area. Sagittarius, you're gonna be dealing with experiences from past stagnation or wanting to get out of past or wanting to get out of a routine right now. If you have Sagittarius in the 10th house, it falls here. So you're going to be making adjustments and you're going to be dealing with some ups and downs. You're going to be dealing with some situations where getting too personally stiffed in your status, career, business, and goals. Try not to get too stiff there. Bring more love and creativity and endeavor to the situation. Take care at home. Focus more on home. Focus more on family and shit. I mean, because you might learn something from family and shit. They can have, family can help you during this time. Your family can help you with your spiritual journey right now. Taking care at home. Making sure you have some comfort, a comfort zone within yourself is going to pretty much help you in this situation. You'll be all right. Capricorns, you're going to be making adjustments from past transformational issues when it comes to your status and your career and your business. If you have Sagittarius in the 11th house, there's going to be some ups and downs, and there's going to be some situations of public experiences or past health experiences and shit. You know what I mean? Try to be more practical. Try to be more realistic and try not to put yourself into situations of being too airy and not having a plan and shit. You could be all over the place. You can have a million and one things going on. What you need to focus on is getting deeply rooted into a routine where you can pretty much be more consistent. And of course, past experiences of you slacking or procrastinating can pop up right motherfucker down. So what you need to motherfucker do is get more egotistical, get more passionate, get more center stage, and of course, I spark that flame and that fire, and you'll be right. Now, if you was a Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants, you guys is gonna have the opportunities to rebel and form and get through past experiences and shit like that. Rebel and overcome restrictions and past experiences. And last but not least, but you guys gonna have opportunities, which you gotta take on. You gotta act on that opportunity. So you gotta have heart. And last but not least, our Pisces, you guys is now if you got Sagittarius in the 12th house, it's gonna be like a square right here. It's gonna be a conflict. What you need to basically, you're gonna be having personal experiences when it comes to dreams, imagination, spirituality, and illusions. This is gonna be a situation where you may experience past experience with disasters, setbacks, private enemies, or just situations where you may experience having a big downfall can pretty much pop back up when it comes to your dreams or your hopes right now. Try to make sure your dreams and your hopes is on a high magnitude and not a low magnitude, because it's going to pretty much put you into a better situation where you can overcome situations of not experiencing the same setbacks. Because of course, with this South Node in Sagittarius, past trauma, past karma, past situations and situations that put you into conflict is going to pretty much come back into your life. So with the North Node in Gemini, this is going to help you bring that equilibrium balance where you can connect. So with this positioning right here, you need to learn how to learn from your past mistakes, learn from your past endeavors, and get more deeply rooted into focusing on putting yourself into a situation of being more practical, more consistent on your duties, more reliable, more analytical at this point in time right now. That's what you need to basically be focusing on right now. What you can do on a day-to-day basis, what you can do on a routine basis and shit. Because of course, it's gonna put you in situations of pretty much going to the extremes for me, and it may not even be that serious for me. You may be dealing with past issues that may basically keep you stagnated, where you don't want to get off your ass and shit. For me, misunderstandings and shit like that. So try not to put yourself into that predicament. Get more deeply rooted into your 6th house. Bring more practicality into play, and this is gonna pretty much help you get to your spiritual journey and your spiritual roots. And of course, Pisces, you guys is going to be learning from past illusions, past dreams, and past scenarios when it comes to your spirituality. So try not to put yourself into situations of getting out of control, having crazy bursts, and you're going to be out in the situation. I love y'all. And planting good seeds and shit. So you're planting good seeds towards your spiritual journey and your spiritual purposes. And that's real shit.